Bro, this about to sound. This ain't gonna sound crazy, but like the older I get, I'm starting to realize I feel like that Illuminati era of YouTube. For y'all don't know what that was like in the early 2010s, like the whole Jay Z, Beyonce, yeah, they all like the Illuminati, well, like all celebrities, but mainly them three that was targeted. Keep that in mind, cause let me land. I'm about to. I feel like that shit was that Illuminati era was a psyop. I think that shit was a psyop. The reason why I feel like that shit was a fucking psyop, I really feel like the actual, not saying like duh, we know like Epstein, the files came out. We know that rich higher up people, they do corrupt shit. They be doing what they be, yeah, whatever. But like I was thinking, I'm just like, why is it that like I feel like this shit was anti-black? Cause it was mainly black artists targeted. Kind of like I said, yeah, Jay Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, Lil Wayne, Drake. It was like mainly black artists getting targeted by that shit. That was like I really think about it. It was only black artists. It was not no white artists. Like, oh, they sold their soul. Like, da da da. It was mainly black artists that was like getting told. They was saying that shit about. But that's what I want to talk about. Like, I really feel like that shit was a psyop, bro. Like, I feel like the actual elites, like Epstein and them, I feel like they use those artists as scapegoats so they can get, so they be like, oh yeah, don't worry about we got going on with this on this island doing weird shit. Worry about them. Worry about fucking Jay Z because he threw up a fucking signal, a symbol like, oh, he drew up a symbol, the triangle shit. And I found out too that's not even the real like Illuminati symbol. It's an owl. It's not a triangle to all see. Nah, that's bullshit. It's like, oh, that shit is bullshit, bro. Like that shit crazy. Like I used to be, bro. I used to be one of them niggas when I was a kid. Like bro, when I was like 12, I used to watch some type of videos. I'm like with the creepy music in the background and shit. Like the craziest conspiracy theory video I watched was like they was saying like Tupac aliens killed them. Like that shit was, it was like some white dude saying he was like a fucking CIA agent. It was like crazy. I remember that video. Nigga was like that shit used to scare the fuck out me as a kid. Like if you watch them type of videos as a kid, like back in the day, like them Illuminati videos, bro, nigga really used to be fucking like me. I'm talking. I'm looking like at nighttime. I be looking around like, oh shit. Like that's another reason why like that shit. Like you shouldn't watch that shit on like. I ain't trying to get like I'm spiritual. I ain't trying to get too spiritual. I feel like you shouldn't. I feel like that shit puts fear in you watching that shit. I don't. That's not an emotion you should want to feel. That is like a low frequency type of feeling. But yeah, I won't get to all that. That's like some spiritual shit. I don't get to all that. Maybe I might. I don't know. But like yeah. But nah, like that whole Illuminati era was a psyop, bro. I feel like the least you, cause think about it, like shout out Deontay Carl, Armor Grist and Eggs. That's where I got the idea to talk about this from. He was on the gym. He was on their podcast. Yeah, Deontay Carl. He was talking about like bro, like that Illuminati shit. Like, that came out of nowhere, like late 2000s. Just where that shit came from. The whole idea, like that's when it blew up on the internet. Like them type of videos. Like the reverse the song and all that shit. It says this demonic message. They wasn't saying that shit. Like where did that shit come from? That shit came out of nowhere. I was like, damn. I really feel like this is my theory about the Illuminati. Because this is my theory about the Illuminati conspiracy theory. I really feel like the actual corrupt politicians doing all that weird pedophile stuff. I really feel like they used musicians as a scapegoat. It was like kind of like something like when the 80s where they said like the satanic panic shit. I feel like with that, they said we're gonna use these rock bands in the 80s and fucking Dungeons and Dragons as a scapegoat. Meanwhile, the real fucking elites on the island eating kids doing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they was doing actual weird shit. But yeah, I really feel like yeah, if you really think about it, if you open your third eye, it gets all dumb and stuff. But like yeah, real shit though. I really feel like that whole Illuminati era, that shit was a psyop, bro. That shit was a big distraction so they can get their weird shit off. That's all I really had to say. I thought it was gonna be longer. I'm trying to see. I got anything else to talk about that topic? Nah, not really. That's all I really had to say about the whole Illuminati shit. Yeah, that shit was bullshit. Oh, I do got alright. The anti-black part of it. That shit was very anti-black. The reason why I feel like that, like I said earlier, I touched on it earlier a little bit. I'm gonna go in depth with it though. Look, was only fucking. Hold on, let me get some water. I got you some water real quick. Hold on. Nigga was feeling a little parched. I had to drink some water. All this damn yapping I'm about to do, but like, yeah, I'm not editing that shit out either. I don't edit my videos. Fuck that. We keeping it raw. I'm just yapping off this. It's off the dome. I'm not scripting nothing. I don't got no script, but we go off the dizzy with it. But yeah, but nah, like the fuck I was talking about. Oh, but like fucking, why I thought that shit was anti-black. Cause like I said earlier, it's just like black artists getting targeted, bro. Like a yeah, Jeezy, Beyonce. Like also, I feel like religious psychosis. That shit definitely played a part too with that whole era. Think about it, that's how that shit. It was like overly religious people. Like the whole idea of selling your soul. Like nah, I don't believe in that. That shit's bullshit, bro. You could sell out. Like you could like go against your morals and integrity. You can do that. But like you made a deal with the devil. That's not a real thing. You can't sign your soul. Like what? If an artist signs to a label, like duh, they gonna get fucked over. Yeah, like labels are like, I wouldn't suggest you sign to a label. Like that shit not cool. A lot of horror stories about that shit. You just like, yeah, you don't got no control over your music, but you're not selling your soul, like your actual soul. Like no, that's not a real thing. But yeah, like let me get back on topic though. Back to what I said about the whole it be anti-black. Another reason why I feel like it shit was anti-black, because like, what are y'all trying to see? I was trying to see like black people can't be successful without doing some weird shit. Like that during that Illuminati era, like I'm gonna keep saying this, it was mainly black artists getting targeted. Not saying like, yeah, I think Lady Gaga she got some shit, but like for the most part it was black rappers. Rap specifically. Rap in general was a demonized genre because it was made by black people in the inner city. So non-black people, they gonna try to demonize it as much as possible. That's why anybody that says that like, oh, I don't listen to rap, that shit, oh, I don't listen to rap, or you just listen to rap, you need to expand your music taste. I feel like you anti-black. Y'all not saying that about no other genre except for rap music. I'll talk about that a whole nother topic. That's a whole different topic though. But yeah, let me get back on track. Yeah, that Illuminati era was anti-black as fuck, bro. It was mainly black artists. I felt like they was like, what are y'all trying to see? Like niggas can't be successful as an artist. Like you can't be a successful black artist without you doing some weird shit, without you sacrificing somebody, selling your soul, doing some weird ritual shit. Like come on, bro. Hey, what Kendrick said, who said a black man no Illuminati, last time I checked, that was the most racist part. That's a fact. If the Illuminati really did exist, it'd be old rich white men. It will not be a bunch of black musicians. Like I think Ye said that shit. They might use them as a distraction, maybe. Like they'll probably use artists as like a distraction. But like they say, like they're like an elite. Jay-Z is not an elite. You know what I'm saying? It's the real elite. Like I might say, the real elites is old. These old rich white men on these islands doing that weird shit. Like for real, that you don't see. Like whoever runs fucking UMG with Lucien, he probably, yeah, I'll say you could say them. That's my thing with the whole anti-black shit, is like, why don't have that same energy for these old white dudes? Or like Leor Cohen, who admitted to signing black artists rapping about violence or whatever. He admitted to that. So what are we talking about, bro? But yeah, that's all I really had to say about that. Yeah, that Illuminati era, that shit was bullshit. Nigga, actually free your minds. When I say free your mind, I don't mean from the old Matrix. Not like, nigga, yeah, wake up for real, wake up.